All right, so I was able to review the tort strategies and tactics, and there are a couple of things that I've jotted down to keep in mind as I continue to study. So I'm able to tailor my time specifically to the areas that are going to be most impactful. Um, for torts on the MBE, there are 25 questions with an additional 3 to 4 questions that are not graded. My primary focus during this time will be on the percentage of questions that focus on negligence. Negligence accounts for 50% of the questions that appear in torts on the MBE, and that accounts for nearly 7% of the MBE itself. So with this, that means there are going to be 12 to 14 questions that appear that will be based on negligence. So something that I'm planning on keeping in mind and focusing on for the remainder of my tort study time. The other half of the MBE questions will be based on intentional torts, strict liability, and other torts. So I'll use that same amount of time that I'm spending on negligence on those 3 other areas as well. There are a couple of assumptions for the torts MBE section that we have to keep in mind. We have 2 types of assumptions that we need to keep in mind unless the exam states otherwise. The first is that survival actions and wrongful death claims are available, and the second is that joint and several liability with pure comparative negligence is the rule. The most common question types that will appear on the MBE portion, the torts portion of the MBE, are the following. What is the plaintiff's best claim? What is the defendant's best defense? And will the plaintiff prevail? This final question is the most common and difficult type of question because it leaves a lot of options available. So this is a type of question that I'll spend a little bit of time making sure that I understand and am able to nail every single time. The last item that I did notice as I was reviewing the strategies and tactics was that defamation normally has 2 to 3 questions on the MBE as well. So between negligence and defamation, this means that there will be about 17 questions between those 2 different types of torts. The remaining questions, I believe it's about 8 or 9, will come from the other remaining areas. So for the MBE portion of my study this week for torts, I'll be focusing primarily on negligence with an emphasis on defamation just to make sure that I'm covering all of those questions.